Good morning. I hope this video finds you all doing well and staying safe. We're going to start out with the core practice, so find a spot to be comfortable. Close your eyes, take deep breaths, and relax. Good job. So today I am grateful that I was able to take a really long walk outside yesterday. It felt so good to get outside with the beautiful weather that we had. And I'm really grateful that I got a chance to do that because I think the weather's going to get cold again. So I'm really, really grateful that I got to go outside. I hope you guys did too. All right, so the next chapter is called Peas. Let's see what that's all about. The rainy winter days passed quickly. Thanksgiving came, and not long afterward, Christmas vacation. Ramona missed Daisy, who went with her family to visit her grandparents. When she returned, the girls spent an afternoon dressing up Roberta in the clothes she had received for Christmas. Roberta was agreeable to having a dress pulled over her head, her arms stuffed into a sweater, her head shoved into caps. She enjoyed the girls' admiration. She was not so happy about a pair of crocheted slippers with ears and tails that looked like rabbits, a gift from Howie's grandmother, who enjoyed crocheting. Roberta did not care for the slippers. She puckered up, ready to cry. Come on, Roberta, coaxed Ramona. You'll have bunnies for feet, see? Bunny feet did not interest Roberta, especially when she was beginning to feel tired. She began to fuss. Maybe the bunnies tickle her feet, suggested Daisy. Roberta, feel how nice and soft the bunny is? Roberta pulled a slipper over Ramona pulled a slipper over Roberta's curling toes. Roberta began to howl. She was not going to wear those slippers, and Ramona could not make her. Okay, okay, said Ramona, giving in. Roberta, she could see, was no longer the happy, cooing baby she had been except when teething or when the pediatrician had given her a shot to keep her from getting sick. She now had a will of her own. She's growing up, thought Ramona, like me. Not long after this, when Ramona splashed home from the bus in the icy rain, her mother called out as she opened the back door, Don't step on Roberta! After the wind and rain, the kitchen felt warm and cozy. Ramona inhaled meatloaf for dinner. She would not have to struggle to cut it with a knife. Roberta was sitting in the middle of the floor, pounding on a pan with a wooden spoon. Ramona sat down on the floor beside her to pull off her wet boots. Mother, guess what? She began. Mrs. Quimby, too busy to guess what, did not answer. Instead, she said, Would you please give me a hand with Roberta? This is your father's bowling night, and I want to have dinner early. I'm behind because Roberta pushed a jar of tomato sauce onto the floor in the market. Moving quickly, she picked up Roberta, said, Upsy daisy, set her in her high chair, scooped up the pan and wooden spoon, and tossed them into the sink. She placed a plastic dish of Roberta's dinner and a cup with a spout on the high chair tray and handed Ramona a spoon. Ramona examined Roberta's dinner. What's this green stuff? She asked as she tied a bib around Roberta's neck. Roberta, in a happy mood, squealed and patted her hands on the tray. Peas, answered their mother, busy rolling wet lettuce in a towel. I was in a hurry and I found an old jar of baby food. I know Roberta has outgrown strained peas, but I didn't want to waste them. Yuck, said Ramona. The peas were unappetizing, and Roberta looked so innocent and trusting. Oh well, Roberta was the one who had to eat them. Spooning food into the baby's rosy mouth or guiding her little hand clutching her spoon made Ramona feel grown up and responsible, a big sister for a change. The phone rang in the hall. Mrs. Quimby answered. Oh, hello, Sally, she said. A book club lady, Ramona thought. That meant a long, boring conversation. Maybe if she hurried, she could see part of Big Hospital before her mother finished her conversation and told her to turn it off. Curly-haired doctor had fallen in love with blonde nurse, who was secretly married. Ramona couldn't wait to see what happened next. She decided to hold the spoon herself to feed Roberta more quickly. Mrs. Quimby was saying, Let's read a shorter book this time. I thought I would never finish Moby Dick. Ramona dipped up a spoonful of cottage cheese. Open wide, she said to Roberta. Down the little red lane. That was what her mother said when she fed Roberta. Ramona opened her own mouth, because she was Roberta's role model. Roberta obediently imitated her and accepted the cottage cheese. Good girl, said Ramona. Roberta smiled a messy smile and pounded her heels against the high chair. Mrs. Quimby was saying, I really enjoy our book club. Now that I'm no longer working, not that looking after my daughter isn't work, I enjoy exercising my brain. Ramona was surprised and a little hurt that her mother found her daughter's work. Roberta reached for the spoon. Ramona held on to it because Roberta would finish faster if she was fed. Ramona tried strained peas next. Come on, Roberta, down the hatch, she said, using her father's words. The hatch remained closed. Ramona tried to poke the spoon between Roberta's lips. Roberta did not care to be poked. She began to look stubborn. Ramona was growing impatient to get to the TV. If the husband of blonde nurse found out about curly-haired doctor. Roberta kept her lips tightly closed. Look, Roberta, watch your big sister. Ramona opened her mouth wide, and after thinking it over, Roberta did the same. Ramona popped the peas into her mouth. Roberta frowned, but accepted another spoonful. Then she leaned out of her chair, opened her mouth, and let the peas dribble out onto the floor. Roberta! Cried Ramona. When Roberta looked worried, she changed the tone of her voice and said, Yum, yum, nice peas, full of vitamins and good things. She smiled as she held a generous spoonful to Roberta's lips and thought, horrid, nasty peas, before she said, open wide. When Roberta did as she was told, Ramona spooned in the peas. With her mouth full of peas, Roberta looked surprised and disappointed, as if her sister had betrayed her. Then she blew hard, spraying mushy, squishy, smelly green peas all over Ramona. Roberta! Cried Ramona, dropping the spoon on the high chair tray and wiping her face on her sleeve. Roberta picked up the spoon, beat it in her food, and crowed. Then, filled with glee at what she had done, she threw the spoon off the floor. Why bother with it when she had hands? She patted her food and rubbed her hair. Mother! Cried Ramona. Roberta's making a mess! Cope, dear, I'm busy, answered Mrs. Quimby from the hall. Just do the best you can. We're going to stop there, and we'll have to find out tomorrow what happens and if Roberta makes an even bigger mess. It's funny. See you later.